LMPD has made an arrest in the deadly Southern restaurant shooting. 38-year-old Arthur Simpson's now charged with 2 counts of murder and 4 counts of assault. The incident happened on August 27th around 3 a.m. LMPD responded to multiple people shot at Southern restaurant in the area of 3rd and Market in downtown Louisville. We know 2 people were killed, 4 injured in that shooting. Police said Simpson is considered the primary aggressor in the incident, but that case remains open. Nearly 13,000 auto union members walking off the job last night around midnight with no contract deal reached between the union and the top 3 automakers in the U.S. This despite weeks of negotiations. And taking a look this week at workers rallying in Detroit, Michigan, we know it's the first coordinated strike on all 3 U.S. automakers in the union's history. And if this lasts a while, it could potentially cause car prices to go up. ABC's Rena Roy explains.
Thousands of United Auto workers on the picket lines, with union members walking off the job at a GM plant in Missouri, an Ohio Stellantis plant, and Ford plant in Michigan.
I think people are beginning to understand that, we all need to make a fair wage.
The targeted strike officially authorized at midnight Friday with no deal reached between the union and the top 3 U.S. automakers, GM, Ford, and Chrysler owner Stellantis. In the hours before, President Biden calling UAW President Shawn Fain and company leaders in an effort to prevent the strike.
No one wants a strike, but I respect workers' right to use their options under the collective bargaining system. And I understand the workers' frustration.
The union asking for a 40% pay increase, a return to pension plans, better retiree health care, and cost of living adjustments.
It's a shame we've got to be out here right now doing this because the companies won't take care of their workers.
The companies calling those demands unrealistic, offering a 20% increase instead.
We're putting a 20% gross wage rate increase, along with other bonuses that come as a part of that. So this is a very, very strong financial offer.
A Stellantis spokesperson adds they are disappointed with the UAW's decision to strike and will take steps to protect their North American operations and the company. Jeffrey Purcell, a single father of 3 and president of the local 3039 in Tappan, New York, just north of the city, which is not striking, saying he stands in solidarity with the nearly 13,000 members who are on strike.
This used to be a great job at a working class level where you can provide for your family and provide for your loved ones. We shouldn't be in a situation where we have to live check to check.
And again, right now, this is a targeted strike at certain locations, but more members could soon join the picket lines. Rena Roy, ABC News, Tappan, New York.
Our Isaiah Kim Martinez and photojournalist Jessica Farley are live from the Union Hall right near the Kentucky truck plant in Middletown. Isaiah, what is the likelihood Ford workers here in Louisville are called to strike?
Well, Brooke, local UAW chapter president Todd Dunn tells me it's possible, though at this point he hasn't been told one way or another. He tells me everything is on the table at this point, and the whole point of these unions and the UAW as a whole not revealing that potential next location is to keep the company on its toes here. Now take a look at this video we obtained here in the last couple hours. This is a bus full of a small group of Louisville Ford employees going to Detroit, Michigan. This was from this morning. Take a look at the video that shows the 52 volunteers going in support of those picketing there in Detroit near the only Ford factory to be on strike as of now. Dunn tells me they will return sometime before midnight tonight and continue preparations for what may or may not happen right here in the metro.
If you guys are ordered to strike tomorrow, are you prepared?
1000%. We're prepared. We're on it. And we'll be very precise, very direct, and respectful, right? But yes, we're dialed in and ready to go.
Ultimately, Dunn says wage remains one of the big sticking points. Regardless, we're told operations for right now at both Louisville's Ford plants will run as normal. And Brooke, we've talked extensively about the issue of strike pay. We understand there's only so much money to go around in that international strike fund and only so long it could last. At this point, if workers here were to picket, they'd only be paid about $500 a week, which, as we all know, does not go very far. That is a concern of theirs, but we'll have to see here in the days to come what the decision ultimately ends up being. Brooke.
Thank you, Isaiah. And when a deal is reached, we will be sure to let you know. The quickest way to get that information delivered directly to your phone is through the free WHAS11 app or by visiting WHAS11.com. 40 firefighters had to work together this morning to put out a warehouse fire in the Russell neighborhood that happened at 20th and Magazine Streets around 7. The fire in the two-story brick building took about 30 minutes to get under control, according to Louisville Fire, and no one was hurt. But someone was hurt in another fire in Louisville today. This one in the Highland Douglas neighborhood. It happened around 3 in the morning in a small apartment building. Louisville Fire said it took a major effort to stop that flames from spreading to nearby homes. 2 people escaped the flames, but one of them was injured when they fell on the way out. According to the fire department, a working smoke detector was found there. LFT is working to determine what happened. It's 5:04 on this beautiful Friday. So many events taking place tonight and tomorrow outdoors. This is your time to soak it in, Ben.
That's right. Of course, we've got football tonight, and then you've got the balloon glow at Skyview Park for the Gaslight Festival, Bourbon and Beyond, and so much more happening across the area. And the weather's turning out perfect. We have temperatures now in the upper 70s, lower 80s. Look at the humidity all the way down to 31%, and bright blue sky across the area as well. And we're going to continue to have comfortably warm weather through the weekend with just a slight chance for a couple of showers, especially by the end of the weekend. We have 79 right now in PRP, Valley Station, Lanesville 76, and Prospect checking in at 77. Similar temperatures across the board right now, mostly in the mid to upper 70s with that clear sky over the Ohio Valley. So as we zoom in here, Futurecast remains quiet. After sunset, our temperatures will be falling into the 60s and then back down to the 50s overnight. Notice some high clouds starting to drift in tomorrow morning, and this will lead to a very small chance of an isolated shower, mainly well to the south, but the majority of the area staying dry with, again, temperatures in the upper 70s and lower 80s. Our HS game time game of the week, Trinity at Mail, with temperatures in the 70s for most of the ball game. So maybe by the end of the evening, a light sweatshirt. 57 degrees, the overnight temperature with a mainly clear skies. 75 at lunchtime tomorrow, partly sunny overall with that slight chance of a shower to the south, and your high temperature at 82 degrees. We'll plan out that slightly higher chance of a rain shower for the latter part of the weekend coming up in our complete forecast in just a few minutes.
Ben, thank you. JCPS just announced all early childhood locations will open up on Monday, September 25th. Superintendent Dr. Marty Polio said the program's return comes with some changes. So that first week, early childhood programs will not have district transportation except for special education students. Dr. Polio then said that all early childhood students would have transportation beginning October 9th. That's scheduled from 10:30 a.m. and 1:30 p.m., which is the same time mandated by the state to give instructional education. The early childhood centers will be open for all students for the entire day if parents can provide the transportation.
So for families who can provide transportation for their early childhood students in the morning and afternoon, we are working on a plan where we will provide a monthly monetary stipend to all families who will need that transportation. We're working on that plan now.
Dr. Polio said bus drivers will be eligible for a $5 an hour raise if an early childhood route makes their commute more challenging. We'd heard calls from Metro Council members in late August for the resignation of Lisa Osanka, the Louisville Metro Housing Authority's executive director. Well, Mayor Craig Greenberg's office just announced her retirement. Ian Hardwick spoke with one councilwoman about what she wants to see from who comes next.
The current executive director of the Housing Authority will serve until the mayor can appoint her replacement. However, Councilwoman Tammy Hawkins says more replacements may be necessary in her push for proactive leadership at the Housing Authority.
They just don't have the right people in the positions to take action.
In August, Hawkins called for Osanka's resignation outside of Dosker Manor. Inside, mold, infestation, and deteriorating drywall.
Whoever comes in and take this position, the first thing that they need to do is come and speak to the Metro Council. Find out what's going on in Dosker Manor. Find out what's going on at Riverport Landing. There is a multitude of participants that are on this program who are living in unsafe, unhealthy conditions.
At this Park Duval Senior Living apartment, a property overseen by Louisville Metro Housing Authority, several residents share security concerns over camera visibility and patrol presence nearby.
My car has been broken into several times, windows broken.
They also say the carpet's worn out after 20 years of use. Councilwoman Hawkins says codes and regulations have found many resident complaints true. She wants the new executive director to address issues before they're received.
We're going to first see who gets that position, and we're gonna actually see who else is left on that board that's allowed this to go on. And if they don't want to jump on what's gonna be a new moving train, then we're gonna ask for their resignation as well.
In Louisville, Ian Hardwick, WHAS 11, on your side.
Louisville Metro Housing Authority has a monthly meeting open to the public. The next one is September 19th. That's next Tuesday at 3:30 p.m. Chanel Helm with Black Lives Matter says to call this number 509-1393 if you need transportation assistance.